Hello and welcome to this special edition of Take the Fair Out the Gear with me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
And me, Jason Bangers, and today it's the Battle of the
808.
Stare into the eyes, not into the room or anything else. Look at the eyes, look on the table, look at the eyes, look on the table. A genuine, ladies and gentlemen, genuine 808. A Roland TR8. A Behringer RD8. We love them all. We love them all. But this is a test to see if you guys can tell the difference. Well, you will tell the difference, but will you be able to tell which one is the real 808 when you hear the audio file? Because Simon has prepared an audio file, so haven't you?
Yeah, what I've done is I got all three together and I tried to match them. They're all playing the same beat, all the same tempo as best as we can. I tweaked all the knobs to make them sound as close as I could. So there's three audio files, so get your pens and pencils, 1, 2, 3, and then mark down, is it an 808, a TR8, or is it the Behringer?
Now stick with us right to the end, because we will reveal which one is which, okay? My advice would be listen to all three, try and pick the 808 out first. Don't try listen to think all three. Listen, find out where the 808 is, then listen again, see which one's the Behringer, listen again, see which one's the TR8, see if you can pick them out. Here comes the sounds. Not as easy as you think, is it? I've got desperates on, by the way, because we had a bit of trouble with our microphone. It was hissing and popping, so I'm just monitoring as we're going. Okay, just in case you're wondering, it's not that easy, Si, and I actually got them all wrong, didn't I? I didn't even get close. I was miles out.
Well, it's, you know, you wouldn't know, you know, unless you're some kind of 808 expert, and because the 808s are so old, even the 808s sound different if you had a whole load of them.
I think the thing is, without having that one to judge, you wouldn't know. If you just brought that in, I would swear it was an 808. If you just brought that in, I would swear it was an 808. But when you put them up against another one, yeah, you can tell they're not the same. However, with a lot of time and a lot of effort, you can make them sound identical, but they're not out of the box identical, are they?
Not in the slightest, no.
Although we'll say it in the stats, but I don't know why when Roland made this TR8, it's digital. When Behringer made this, it's totally analog. I don't know. That's an analog machine, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think it's now time for Chumley Stats.
Right, it's stat time again.
Stat time again, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Excuse my piece of paper, but there's a few stats here. So we'll start with the 808. And I'm going to ask Jay how old it is. When do you think it was?
I think it's 1981, I think.
You're spot on. You're obviously an 808 lover.
I think we spoke a lot about it, and I seem to remember it in my subconscious.
Excellent. So yeah, these were produced between 1981 and 1984. They only produced 12,000 units, so there's not many of them around.
Which is why they're so expensive second hand now.
64 patterns, 12 songs, no MIDI. It's got DIN sync, which is similar to MIDI, unless you had like a MIDI retro kit fitted. They were used in loads of famous songs as...
wake up, wake up, wake up, let's make love tonight.
Sexual Healing, that's a classic.
It might be in the Air Tonight, Phil Collins, alongside with some other drum machines. Don't know 100%.
Yeah, because these 808s are part similar to the CR series, very similar. So I reckon that might have been used on that, apart from loads of other people who used them. And very famous in the old hip hop of the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Africa Bombata, that's what the pattern was you heard earlier.
There's even a song called Got an 808 this and an 808 that, got an 808 clap and an 808 hat.
Oh, hat. So how much do you reckon these were originally, the 808 original?
Oh, 1,500 quid, I reckon, something like that.
No, not that expensive. Well, they were obviously expensive at the time. They're about 765-ish.
Ooh, funny, you had a time machine.
Yeah, it'd be good, wouldn't it? And how much now?
Well, I've seen them go for 3,000 plus on eBay. I've seen a tatty one with broken bits on it for £3,000.
Yeah, I saw one on eBay, checked the other day, 5,000, which is good job we're sitting down.
Good grief.
Right, let's swiftly move over to the TR8. So, instead of Roland making some more of these, which is madness, they made this. So this is Roland's analog circuit behaviour. So it kind of models the circuit digitally of what this one is.
It looks like the IRI series.
It's part of the IRI series.
IRI, you know.
So bonus, so you've got the 808 sounds, you've got the 909 sounds, you've got built-in effects, there's a couple of assignable outputs. You can use this as a MIDI-O? It started.
An audio interface, I'm guessing you was going to say.
Yeah, a MIDI audio interface.
That's a good one. That's always handy.
You've got an external input into it if you want to put something else in. All these knobs and sliders send MIDI messages, so you can control things in Reason or whatever DAW you're using.
That is good.
And you've got the famous scatter effects.
Oh, we like that.
We do like the scatter.
Yes.
So how much were these new then?
I
should say-
think, well, go on, you're going to ask me when, I guess. When did they come
Yeah,
out?
when? Do you know roughly?
91.
No, they're a lot newer. They're 2014.
Good grief, really. I mean, it looks newer, but I know some of these are quite old. Oh, really? 2014, so that's pretty old.
About 7 years old now,
And
yeah.
I'm guessing they were about 500 quid now.
399. So not a bad
400,
price.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Any idea on eBay how much these are going for second hand?
Probably worth more now than what they were then. I'd say about £270 to £300 maybe.
Yeah, pretty much. So anywhere from 200 to 250, maybe a bit more if you got the box. So they're pretty much a bargain.
Investment, yeah.
So over to the Behringer RD8. We love Behringer.
Yeah, I paid £270 for that, and it was new.
And the good news is, it's not worth buying a second hand one. I've seen prices about 220 for these brand new. So
Yeah.
time to grab a bargain on these.
People are asking 300 and 400 quid for them second hand. They're crazy. Crazy. What's the matter with them?
Yeah, top take the fear tip. Buy one of these if you can.
Buy a new one. Now
Yeah.
there is a Mark II out. I would recommend against it because we've looked at the video on the Mark II. We can't see really any real difference. But where these 4 white keys are, they've replaced them with 4 black keys. So we don't know if it's anything to do with copyright via Roland having a dig at Behringer. If you look at the 808, you will see it starts off white and then ends up red. If you look at the RD8, you'll see it's white and it ends up red, but the other way round, it's completely reversed. Now you can take this apart and swap these over so they're in exactly the same place as what's on the 808, but who really cares? Are you that much of a geek that you need to have the buttons in the same place? It's not an 808, so it doesn't matter, does it really?
Not really, no.
No, they did a good job, and why take it apart?
So let's just run through very quickly. 16 drum sounds, analog, like the 808. 64 step sequencer. In the top left there you got your wave designer and analog filters. 16 songs, 256 patterns. Normal MIDI, USB MIDI. Individual outputs, which is the same as the 808. The TR8 hasn't got as many outputs as the 808 and the RD8.
This is more of an 808 clone, to be fair.
Definitely is. And obviously, like we said before with the Behringer products, get the synth tool, check your firmware, see if there's any updates, and there you go. And that is the bargain at the moment, the RD8.
So, the reveal.
Shall we play them the audio once more, just to give them a... Do you want to hear it again, Chief?
Yeah,
Would you like to
okay
hear it
then.
again?
Here it comes one more time. Okay, so it's time now for the reveal. So I'll tell you what I thought. Yeah, I thought the first one was the RD8. I thought number 2 was the original 808.
Yeah.
And I thought number 3 was
TR8.
TR8.
Yeah.
So that's the order I got them in. What order did you get them in? Well, Mr. Chumley's now going to tell you the order they were in. The actual correct order.
Right, so look at your pieces of paper. Number 1 should be the original 808?
Is the 808.
Is the-
Number 1 is the original 808,
Number 2 is the TR8 by Roland.
which I thought was the 808.
And then number 3 should be the RD8.
Well, is the RD8.
Is the RD8,
No, it
yeah.
should be. It is. Now, you will notice very briefly, because we're running out of time, this thing, the RD8, is so much brighter and toppier than the others. This one was very muddy sounding, which made me think it was the original, because I thought I was listening to something that was old and probably not as bright and sparkly. And I picked the wrong one. I thought that was the 808.
So what are your quick views on these then, Dave? What do you think?
I think they're fantastic, all of them. I just can't understand why Roland didn't use an analogue circuit on there, but it is very much a digital piece of kit. However,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound digital, because I thought that was the genuine one.
Yeah.
So I think that's the most convincing, even though it doesn't actually sound anything like the 808.
The only observations I made when I was preparing the audio files is the Behringer one. It's a shame it hasn't got on the cowbell the pitch up and down.
Yeah.
Because the Behringer, with a little bit of tweaking, you could virtually get it the same.
Yeah.
The same on this one with the TR8, the cowbell. I just couldn't get it.
But they're small little things, aren't they?
Yeah, and if you got like Pope, if you've got 3 808 side by side, you're a very lucky person.
Oh, yeah.
And they'd all sound different. So it's all subjective, isn't it? But it's just great fun.
Well, that wraps it up for now, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed that 808 episode of Take the Fear Out of the Gear with me, Jason Bangers.
And me, Mr. Chumley Warner.
We'll see you again. Don't forget to slap like, hit the bell, and
Subscribe.